There comes a time in every man's life when he looks in the mirror and hears a quiet voice whisper, "This isn't it. There's more." That voice is not your enemy. It is your awakening. If you want a new life, you must begin by making a decision so strong, so final, that every door to the past is slammed shut. There can be no return. The first step is not action, it is decision. Decide now with the firmness of iron and the courage of a warrior that the old life is done. Let it die, let it rot behind you, and burn the bridges that would tempt you to return. Then construct in your mind the exact blueprint of the life you desire. See it, feel it, live it before it arrives. Your subconscious mind obeys clarity. Vague dreams produce vague results, but a definite vision magnetizes circumstances. Build that vision with emotion, detail, and conviction. If you want to begin a new life, the first act must be final. You must decide, not casually, not half-heartedly, but with absolute, unshakable conviction. A real decision carries no hesitation. No back door, no plan B. You must reach a point where the old version of you, the one who tolerated mediocrity, procrastinated on dreams, and lived beneath their potential, is buried without a funeral. This is not a light matter. This is not a mere change of habits. This is a rebirth, and rebirth demands sacrifice. There are moments in life when you cannot afford to think like the person you've been. If you bring the same thinking, the same excuses, the same fear into your future, you are not starting anew. You are simply rearranging the past and calling it change. A man cannot drive forward while staring into the rearview mirror. To truly begin again, you must burn the bridges behind you, eliminate the possibility of retreat. The armies of old, when they landed on foreign shores, burned their ships to eliminate the temptation of surrender. What would your life look like if there was no going back? What would you do differently if failure meant ruin, but success meant freedom? The truth is, most people don't change because they keep options open. They want transformation, but keep comfort close. They want success, but cling to the same habits that kept them small. They say they're ready, but their actions reveal they're still negotiating with their limitations. When you decide with finality, the debate ends. The room in your mind reserved for doubt is cleared out, and only one voice remains, the voice of forward motion. This is where power begins. Because once you cut off escape, your mind begins to operate at a higher frequency. It must. Survival kicks in. Ingenuity, creativity, courage. These traits are born in the fire of commitment. The minute you say, "There is no other way," a deeper part of you awakens. You stop asking whether it's possible and start asking, "How do I make it happen?" Your whole being aligns behind that decision, and when that happens, life bends to your will. No more dipping your toes, no more testing the water. You jump, and you trust yourself to swim or build wings on the way down. It is in that leap that transformation begins. But only those who decide, truly decide, without escape routes, without the safety net of old ways, ever experience the full power of a new beginning. So decide today, and decide completely. Tear the old blueprint, destroy the exit signs. Declare with your mind, your soul, and your actions, "I am done with who I was. From this moment forward, I only move ahead." A new life cannot be built on vague hopes or wishful thinking. It must begin with a vision so clear, so definite, that it becomes a living blueprint for everything you do. You cannot hit a target you cannot see. You cannot walk into a future you haven't already constructed in the workshop of your mind. The man who truly changes his life first changes the picture he holds in his imagination. He builds in detail the life he desires long before it arrives. This vision must not be general. It must not be shallow, it must be exact. See it like a sculptor sees the statue within the stone. Describe it in your mind with the same precision that an architect uses to design a skyscraper. What does your ideal life look like when you wake up each morning? What kind of work are you doing? Who do you spend your time with? What do you feel, own, say, and stand for? You must answer these questions not someday but now, because without a definite vision, you are a ship with no compass, drifting, reacting, surviving, but never truly living. The moment you crystallize that picture in your mind, you begin to activate forces within you and around you. Your mind, when properly directed, becomes a magnet for the conditions, people, and opportunities that align with your vision. But the direction must come first. Without vision, even talent goes to waste. Without vision, even hard work feels like an endless treadmill. But when a man moves with vision, he walks with certainty. He doesn't guess, he knows where he is going. And because he knows, he moves faster, speaks clearer, and chooses more wisely than the one who simply hopes. You must understand that life does not respond to confusion. Life responds to clarity. The man who says, "I want something better," will always be passed by the man who says, "I want this specifically, and I will have it." Clarity is power, and power only flows in one direction. The clearer the vision, the stronger the pull. You will begin to see it everywhere. Patterns will appear, nudges will show up, and most importantly, your own thoughts and behaviors will begin to align with the future you've chosen. Hold this vision, protect it, speak of it daily, write it, feel it, breathe life into it until it becomes more real than your past. The world will attempt to distract you, dilute you, convince you that your vision is too grand, too unrealistic, too bold. Ignore those voices. Remember, every great life was once just a vision. Every towering achievement began as an idea in a single mind that refused to let go. If you can see it clearly and you're willing to work with conviction and patience, it is already yours. It's just waiting for you to arrive. The words you speak to yourself become the laws you live by. Long before the world ever agrees with you, you must speak as though it already has. Your inner dialogue is not just casual thought. It is instruction to the mind, a command to your subconscious, and the fuel that either empowers or weakens your every move. If you want to start a new life, you must first train the voice inside your head to stop dragging you backward. You must become the master of your mind, not its servant. Most people speak defeat before they ever try. They talk themselves out of the climb before they've taken the first step. They repeat phrases like, "I'm not good enough," "I always mess up," "Things never work out for me." And then they wonder why the road ahead feels so heavy. They do not realize that every word is a seed, and they've been planting weeds in their own garden. If your words are poisoned, your future will be too. But if your words are powerful, purposeful, and precise, they will build the foundation for the new life you desire. You must stop waiting for confidence to show up before you start speaking like a winner. Confidence is not a prerequisite, it is a result. Speak it first. Speak strength while you feel weak. Speak abundance while your pockets are empty. Speak victory while you are still in the middle of the battle. This is not delusion, this is discipline. It is the art of calling forth your higher self before the world sees him. The man who only speaks positively when life is perfect will never create anything worth remembering. But the one who trains his tongue to speak greatness in the dark will soon see the light rise in his own life. Your voice must become your ally. Talk to yourself as you would to someone you love deeply. Feed your mind with affirmations that empower. Repeat words that pull you upward. Tell yourself daily, "I am capable. I am focused. I am building something eternal." And say it with conviction, not just out of habit, Feel the truth of those words. Let them echo in your soul until they become your identity. Understand this: you cannot have a new life with the same old script. The language of your past cannot write the story of your future. You must rewrite the code. Speak only of what you want, what you are becoming, what you are claiming. Never again give power to fear through your speech. Fear thrives in silence and in self-criticism. But when your voice is filled with strength, fear flees. Every time you speak, you cast a vote for the kind of life you will live. Choose your words like your life depends on it, because it does. The man who dominates his inner world eventually shapes the outer world to match it. Speak as the man you are becoming, and soon the world will respond in kind. Time is the most precious resource you have. It is the one thing that cannot be earned back, the one thing that once lost can never be regained. Yet most people squander it, unaware of its value until it slips through their fingers like sand. If you want a new life, you must first take command of your time. Your days are the building blocks of your future, and if you do not shape them intentionally, they will shape you. The ordinary man drifts from moment to moment, responding to what the world throws at him, reacting to circumstances and letting the hours slip away unnoticed. He's a passenger, not a pilot. But the man who decides to create a new life is different. He knows that success is a product of deliberate action, and action requires purpose. He plans his days with the same care and precision that an artist plans a masterpiece. He knows that what he does today will determine who he is tomorrow. It is not enough to have a grand vision if it is not supported by disciplined, focused action. You must structure your days as though they were the only ones you would ever have. This is the secret. The most successful people in the world don't work harder than everyone else. They work smarter. They understand that time is their most valuable asset, and they protect it with everything they've got. They eliminate distractions, prioritize their most important tasks, and set clear boundaries around how their time will be spent. You cannot afford to waste time on trivial matters. The small distractions, the habits that pull you away from your highest purpose, these are the thieves that steal your potential. The man who is committed to change does not allow himself to be pulled into the noise of the world. He knows what matters, and he invests his time accordingly. Every moment spent on something that doesn't serve his vision is a moment stolen from his future success. To take command of time, you must be ruthlessly organized. Create a daily plan that serves your ultimate goals. Every day identify the most important actions that will move you closer to the life you desire. Don't leave it to chance. Structure your day around those actions and eliminate anything that doesn't contribute. Whether it's a work task, a personal development activity, or a relationship you're nurturing, every hour of your day must be a step forward. But beyond scheduling, the key is focus. Focus is the ability to block out the noise and pour all your energy into the task at hand. Most people fail not because they lack ability, but because they're scattered. They jump from task to task, allowing their attention to be divided. But the person who controls his time does not multitask, he focuses. He single-mindedly commits himself to what is in front of him and gives it everything he has. Time is the one thing that, when used wisely, works for you. Every hour that you invest with intention and purpose compounds in ways you cannot see immediately, but over time it creates results that cannot be ignored. Your results will follow your habits, and your habits will follow your control of time. As you begin to structure your days with purpose, your new life will unfold in front of you. As surely as a garden grows from seeds well planted, there's an old saying that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. While this may sound simple, it holds profound truth. The company you keep shapes your thoughts, your behavior, your energy, and ultimately your success. If you are determined to start a new life, you must make a conscious decision to surround yourself with the right people. These are the individuals who will elevate you, challenge you, inspire you, and push you toward greatness. You cannot expect to soar like an eagle if you spend all your time with pigeons. The people in your life can either lift you up or pull you down. They can either encourage your progress or stagnate your growth. Every relationship has a subtle yet powerful influence on your mindset and your actions. Think for a moment. The conversations you have, the energy you exchange, the attitudes you absorb. These things matter more than most people realize. The danger of surrounding yourself with the wrong people is that they create an invisible barrier around you. They hold you back, knowingly or unknowingly, from your highest potential. They may be comfortable with mediocrity, which makes them indifferent to your dreams. They may be trapped in their own limiting beliefs, and because of this, they pass their fears, doubts, and excuses on to you. Their words, their habits, and their attitudes seep into your subconscious, shaping your decisions, your confidence, and even the way you see yourself. But the right people, those who have vision, ambition, and a burning desire to grow, will do the opposite. They will challenge you to expand. They will encourage you to rise above the comfort of the status quo. They will not allow you to settle. Their energy will fuel your drive. Their wisdom will guide you through obstacles. They will hold you accountable to your goals, not out of criticism, but because they want to see you succeed. When you surround yourself with individuals who have the mindset of success, you start to think like them. You begin to model their habits, their work ethic, and their mindset. You begin to believe that your success is not only possible, but inevitable. You must be deliberate in your choices. Look around you. Who are the 5 people you spend the most time with? Do they inspire you? Do they push you to be better? Are they living the kind of life you want to live? If not, it may be time to reconsider these relationships. Now, this doesn't mean abandoning your loved ones or isolating yourself, but it does mean being intentional about where you invest your time and energy. Surround yourself with people who challenge your thinking, who expand your ideas, who support your growth, and don't let you settle for less than your best. These people will ignite a fire in you that cannot be extinguished. There are some who may be in your life simply because they are familiar. But familiarity does not breed greatness. If you want to live an extraordinary life, you must seek out those who are already living it. Align yourself with those who understand the importance of personal development, who take action every day toward their goals, and who believe in possibilities rather than limitations. You don't need to be surrounded by people who are already at the top. You need to be surrounded by people who are on their way there. People who are determined to make things happen just like you. This means distancing yourself from the negative influences in your life. It can be uncomfortable at first, but make no mistake, it is necessary. The weight of doubt, negativity, and complacency will only hold you back. Choose your associations wisely. Let go of relationships that drain you, and cultivate those that challenge you to grow, that encourage you to become the best version of yourself. When you choose your circle carefully, something remarkable happens. You begin to see new opportunities. You receive new ideas. You learn new skills. Most importantly, you begin to see yourself in a new light. You see yourself as someone who deserves success, someone who is worthy of greatness. Your confidence will rise. Your goals will become clearer, and your life will begin to reflect the elevated thinking of the people you choose to surround yourself with. Never underestimate the power of your associations. They are either lifting you toward your vision or holding you back from it. The decision is yours. You are destined to encounter challenges, setbacks, and obstacles on your journey toward a new life. No one has ever achieved greatness without facing adversity. In fact, the very obstacles that seem to block your path are often the ones that will define your character and determine your success. The question is not whether you will face difficulties. The question is whether you will choose to persist in the face of them. The true test of your resolve lies not in avoiding hardship, but in your ability to continue forward despite it. There are many who give up when the going gets tough. They retreat. They surrender. They accept the defeat as a natural end to their pursuit. But those who succeed, those who transform their lives, are the ones who refuse to retreat. They understand that success is not reserved for those who never fail, but for those who refuse to be defeated by we persist through the pain, the uncertainty, gaps, and discomfort. They push forward when everything in them is telling them to stop. What separates the successful from the unsuccessful is the willingness to persist, to keep going even when the path is unclear and the rewards seem distant. This persistence is not about blindly forcing your way through every barrier, but about maintaining unwavering commitment to your vision, regardless of the obstacles. It's about understanding that no setback is permanent unless you allow it to be. Every challenge, every failure, and every hardship is a temporary condition, not a permanent identity. When you encounter difficulties, you must remind yourself that they are part of the process. They are not signs that you're on the wrong path. They are tests meant to strengthen your resolve. Embrace them. Learn from them. Each obstacle carries with it a lesson, a growth opportunity, and a chance to refine your strategy. You will be stronger, wiser, and more capable each time you overcome an obstacle. Persisting through tough times requires an unshakable belief in your vision and in yourself. You must cultivate a mindset that sees obstacles as opportunities for growth. It is your belief in your ability to overcome, in your ability to find solutions, and in your willingness to do whatever it takes that fuels your persistence. As you continue to press forward, your confidence will grow. You will begin to realize that you are capable of far more than you once believed. During moments of doubt, when you feel like quitting, you must remember why you started. Reconnect with your vision. Think about what you are building and why it matters to you. When you feel the weight of the journey pushing against you, know that you are one step closer to the breakthrough you've been working toward. The world rewards those who refuse to give up. But persistence is not just about sheer determination. It's also about adaptability. You must be willing to adjust your approach, to learn from your mistakes, and to evolve as necessary. You will find that the road to success is rarely a straight line. There will be detours. There will be setbacks. And there will be moments when you must pivot. But as long as you remain committed to your vision and persistent in your pursuit, you will always find a way forward. The greatest victories often come after the greatest struggles. Keep going, keep pushing, keep believing. In the end, persistence will not only shape your success, but it will also shape you into the person capable of achieving that success. In the pursuit of a new life, you must embrace the reality that change is not a single event, but a process. It begins with a decision, a clear vision of what you want to create, and the dedication to take consistent action. Along the way, you will face challenges, but it is in those moments that your true strength is revealed. By speaking with power, managing your time wisely, choosing the right associations, and persisting in the face of adversity, you forge a path toward a life of purpose, achievement, and fulfillment. The life you want does not come by chance, but by choice. Every decision you make, every action you take, and every thought you hold will either move you closer to or farther from the person you are meant to become. The journey may be long, and at times it may feel difficult, but as long as you stay committed to your vision, there is no limit to what you can achieve. The key to starting a new life lies in your hands, in the choices you make and the person you decide to become. So take that first step, trust in the process, and know that your new life begins today with the actions you choose right now.